Monday, July 3rd to July 10th, it called on the market leaders, workers, and the entire populace to discountenance the unforeseeable dictates of the groups led by Mr. Ekpa, who, it reminded the people, is hibernating in faraway Finland. The statement urged the people to go about their normal duties without any fear, as security agencies have been duly empowered to arrest and deal mercilessly with any deviance enforcing a breach of public peace. According to the statement, Governor Chukwuma Soludo's drive to build a peaceful and prosperous homeland must not be countermanded by some cowardly hoodlums.
Wife of the governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Nonya Soludo, has appealed to residents of the state, especially community leaders and heads of religious institutions, to help with grassroots mobilization to discover and bring out more children living with CLEFT problems for immediate treatment. Mrs. Soludo made the appeal in Oka while assessing the program's results that have been recorded so far since it took effect a few weeks ago. We have details from our studio.
Governor's wife, while expressing satisfaction with the number of people that have come forward since the program was kicked off, she said she was still looking forward to achieving the target of the exercise, which is to ensure that no child with cleft deformity was left out of the program. She explained that adequate publicity and enlightenment are paramount to the success of the exercise and call on leaders of the communities, religious and social institutions to take the advocacy down to the grassroots. She said that the involvement of critical stakeholders in both advocacy and mobilization will give the exercise more momentum in terms of reach, coverage, and effectiveness. While reassuring that she is fully committed to the program's success, Mrs. Soludo assured that every child in Anambra State with cleft problem will be given adequate treatment.
The Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Somto Chukwu Udeze, has called on Indian Anambra both at home and in the diaspora to embrace the unprecedented development change being introduced by Governor Chukwuma Soludo. Again, details of this will be brought to you.
Speaking when members of Soludo Solution Movement paid him a courtesy visit in his office, Right Honorable Udeze described the massive transformation the Soludo administration is taking in all the 21 local government areas of the state as impressive, calling on the people to reciprocate the gesture by giving the governor the necessary support. The speaker enjoined the group to always sensitize the public on the good work of Governor Soludo in the state and the need to remain law-abiding at all times. Right Honorable Udeze assured that the state legislature will come up with a legal framework for the development strides of Governor Soludo in the state, adding that the state lawmakers are ready to key in through the enactment of more development-driven laws. Earlier in their separate speeches, the national coordinator of Soludo Solution Movement, who is also the transition committee chairman of Obaru local government area, Mr. Pascal Anyebunam, as well as the convener of the group, Chief Jude Umonakwe, extolled the speaker's achievement as lawmaker, expressing optimism that with his wealth of experience, he will provide good leadership for the state legislature.
Anambra State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Children and Social Welfare, Mrs. Ife Obinawa, says the 17-year-old victim of attempted homicide will soon be discharged. Details from our studio.
The commissioner disclosed this after a visit to Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amakuoka, where the girl has been receiving medical attention after her rescue. Mrs. Obinabo thanked Governor Chukwuma Soludo for always making the affairs of children and young girls his priority and appreciated the people of Anambra State for their prayers and support, as well as the hospital management for their prompt response, pointing out that she will not relent until justice is done.
I am happy for what Mr. Governor is doing, protecting children, making sure that children are properly taken care of. As we should live like normal human beings. We shouldn't live like animals. Even animal cannot kill his own child. You get it? So why would you want to humiliate, enslave, kill somebody? For what? Even if you're living with a person that you are not the biological father or mother of the child, and the child's character is not pleasing to you, why wouldn't you take that baby back to the parents so you avoid all this rubbish?
The 17-year-old, who was visibly happy, extolled Mrs. Obinabo for her love and care towards her. Recall that the 17-year-old survivor recently underwent an emergency head surgery after she was rescued from the ritualist father, who, after beating her mercilessly, drove her out of the house for desecrating the compound with poop. Also, the father, Mr. Sondeze, is currently at the correctional center at Amuobia for allegedly committing the said crime. In Oka, Chidemma Ikanyo reporting for ABS News.
A special Thanksgiving service was held at St. Matthew's Parish, Isiago, in Orumba South local government area to mark the end of the 18th AGUATA DIOCESAN Women's Conference. The conference, which has its theme as Divine Principles of Transformational Stewardship, was hosted by Isiago Anglican Community under Ezira Archdeaconry. Correspondent Emmanuel Chiwata reports.
In a sermon, the Anglican Bishop of AGUATA Diocese, Right Reverend Samuel Ezofo, who thanked God for the successful end of the conference, charged the participants to take home the knowledge garnered from the conference in order to build a decent and God-fearing leadership. Right Reverend Ezofo, who is also the national chairman of the Evangelical Fellowship in the Anglican Communion, maintained that faithful stewards are needed in both the church and the larger society, saying that such people are required in bringing the desired transformation. Bishop Ezofo described Nigeria as a country that is richly blessed but bereft of faithful stewards who are committed in serving with the fear of the Lord.
Doing the right thing, the required thing, the expected thing, the right way, at the right time.
In a remark, the president of the conference, Mrs. Chinyere Ezofo, who said the theme for the conference was chosen through the guidance of the Holy Spirit, charged those occupying the leadership position to make accountability and transparent honesty their watchword. Mrs. Ezofo decried the high rate of corruption in the society and called for the appointment of more women in positions of trust, describing them as better managers of resources.
All these things are the things that will make us real children of God who are transformed. It is evidence in the way we follow Christ, which is discipleship. Being like Christ in all that we do.
The wife of the former Vice President of Nigeria, Mrs. Ifeoma Ekwueme, Mrs. Decency Chine, Mrs. Faith Nwankwo, and ASUBEB member representing private schools, Dame Chinyere Mbakwe, and Dr. Uche Mwananu, who are delegates to the conference, tasked those in the leadership positions on selfless service. The traditional ruler of Eziago, Igwe Bernard Emejuo, President General, Eziago Community, Chief Chukwuma Obi, and his Ezira counterpart, Mrs. Moses Akam, and wife of AGUATA Diocese Chancellor, Barrister Ndidiamaka Obiora, were in attendance. The service, which was facilitated by the Archdeacon of Ezira Archdeaconry, Venerable Kamto Chukwu Obi, and Vicar of St. Matthew's Parish, Eziago, Reverend Ebenezer Okpalo Tubelu, featured rendition by the Diocesan Women's Choral Wing and cutting of the conference cake.
The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, says Nigeria will need to build no fewer than 3.9 million toilets annually to meet the ending open defecation practice by 2025 target. Dr. Jane Bevana, UNICEF Chief of Water, Sanitation and Hygiene WASH, stated this in Abuja, said the current toilet construction in the country stood between 180,000 and 200,000 toilets annually, describing it as inadequate. She said that the conference is timely as toilet business owners are key to ending open defecation challenges in Nigeria. According to her, there is the need to do things differently by creating demand for toilets. Dr. Bevan, quoting the 2021 WASH National Outcome Routine Mapping on Nigeria Sanitation Status, said 48 million people practice open defecation, while 95 million are without access to basic sanitation services. About 1.3% of gross domestic product, or 455 billion naira, is lost annually due to poor access to sanitation, healthcare savings, and productivity. Turkey and Egypt have appointed ambassadors to restore their relations at the highest diplomatic level. In a joint statement released by the Turkish Foreign Ministry, the two governments said Turkey nominated Salih Mutlu Sen as its ambassador to Cairo, and Egypt appointed Amri El Mamni as its envoy to Ankara. Relations between Cairo and Ankara were severed in 2013 after then military commander and current Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi led a coup to remove President Mohamed Morsi, a former Muslim Brotherhood leader, a political Islamist group active in multiple countries. Morsi, the country's first democratically elected president, had the support of Turkish leader Recep Tayyip Erdogan and his Conservative Justice and Development Party, which was close to the Muslim Brotherhood. Since 2013, the two regional rivals have faced off on multiple fronts, and their leaders have verbally attacked each other publicly, and they have entered a rapprochement process in the 2020s. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the UAE and Bahrain signed agreements with Qatar in January 2021, lifted their blockade, and normalized relations after more than 3 years. Over now to sports. Roy Hodgson has targeted a top half Premier League finish after Crystal Palace confirmed that he will remain in charge of the Eagles next season. The former England manager returned to Palace in March following the sacking of Patrick Vieira. Hodgson's arrival inspired an upturn in Palace's form as they pulled away from a relegation battle to finish 11th in the Premier League. Mr. Hodgson took charge of his boyhood club between 2017 and 2021 before seeming to bring his long and illustrious coaching career to an end when he left Palace 2 years ago. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television Oka. On Twitter at ABS Radio TV. You can also follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. To our www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points again. Anambra State Assembly Speaker Udeze has lauded Soludo on transformation of the state. Anambra Women Affairs, Children and Social Welfare Commissioner Obinabo has assured a victim of attempted homicide of justice. UNICEF has projected 3.9 million toilets annually to tackle open defecation in Nigeria. Turkey, Egypt have appointed ambassador to restore relationships. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and the promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the tax ahead. And that's it on the news. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chidimma Orangwa. Good morning.